guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk about raw eggs today, and specifically why I think that the egg yolks are the best to be eaten raw as opposed to eating the whole thing. I know that there's a lot of legitimate carnivore diets out there that should tell you to eat the whole thing. And I just want to talk about my understanding of eating eggs, whether they're raw or cooked, but mostly raw eggs, and where I get my information from. I get my information from research, reading, and I know that there's a lot of information out there, and that there's a lot of misinformation, and a lot of stuff that we used to believe was what it said it was, it turned out it's not. The other part of the information I get is, or understanding, is from what I've actually gone through myself and how I feel when I eat that particular thing, and my experiences of it. So I've just kind of put the two and two together, and if they match, then I most likely feel strong about the topic. So number one, I do think eggs are very essential, and they're kind of like the foundation of gaining back your health, because when I came from a raw food diet, many years, like over 15 years of raw food dieting and veganism, the one thing that always kind of tugged at me, or if I saw it I would crave, yeah, you guessed it, would be eggs. So I know that there's something in eggs, and even we know that babies, there's one of their earliest foods that they can eat are eggs. They're very mild and sensitive. Elderlies can eat eggs, sick people definitely can eat eggs, and there's so many different stories I've heard. One story I read about was this woman that was on her deathbed and she was dying, and then one of her relatives or son or daughter gave her nothing but eggs like in the day to eat, so she was eating a lot of eggs every day, and within like 3 days or something she actually got out of her bed and started walking around. And then that brings me to another diet that I've actually done. It was a 2-week diet, and you know those 2-week diets where they say that you will lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks and from boiled eggs. And this was kind of that kind of diet, but it included eggs, boiled eggs, and oranges. And somehow the two together, we're able to get better into the cell from the vitamin C of the orange and then the protein of the egg. Somehow we're able to get in. Well, that's what is written in the book. And so I did that diet, and it was amazing, because I didn't think I could eat so little calories a day and still feel like I can do it, you know, because when you're on a vegan diet or a raw food diet, you're essentially, I was hungry all the time, so I know what it feels like to be pushing through the hunger and not succumbing to it. And even though I was eating such a low calorie diet, I was eating like 4 to 6 eggs a day and like 2 to 3 oranges a day. It was incredible that I could actually sustain myself. And look at like Gandhi, he was, what did he have, like 2 eggs a day or something? And then when he took those 2 eggs out, he died. I don't know the whole story, but something around the eggs which helped him. So eggs are very foundational, and especially when you're coming back to health. I've heard from like various carnivore diet guys on YouTube quoting the Weston Price books, and where they talk about the tribes and indigenous people of the world and stuff like that. And one thing that really stood out for me, because I was coming from a place of really wanting to heal myself too and bring my hormones back up, build them back up, and build my strength back up, my mental happiness back up and all that. And I heard that they would give the egg yolks, specifically, maybe it was the whole egg, but it was raw, to the pregnant women and for their developing babies, and then also for people who were sick as well. What else can I say? How do I take them personally? In the morning, before I eat anything, I will take some raw milk and 2 eggs. I feel satiated in my stomach. I don't feel hunger. And then in my mind, I feel satisfied and I don't have cravings. And especially if I'm going out for the day and I have a long day ahead of me without eating for many, many hours, then I will definitely have that in the morning, and that will keep me like from getting irritated or angry because I'm hungry. Especially the egg yolks has a lot of the fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, K. I've learned this a long time ago, I just can't remember it the top of my head like now. And then it has a lot of minerals as well. And from the book I was telling you about, it talks a lot about the eggs and a lot of research behind about why eggs are so essential. And it's funny because I can sit here and I can talk a lot of stuff. I can give you lots of research. I can tell you a lot of stories that I've read. But when it all comes down to it, are they real? Like, is all the things that we read on Google really true? Like, look at all this that I got sucked into, all this veganism and all this raw food stuff, but I still felt terrible. So you know that the two is not, they don't connect. So that's what you have to think about. You have to think about the research, but then you also have to do it to yourself and see how you feel. Does the research actually back up? Does it heal you? Does it make you feel good? Does it alleviate any symptoms and blah blah blah? Whatever it claims to do, you have to put the two together, and that's where I base all of my understanding pretty much on. And just something that really resonates, that you feel it like it's true. It's kind of hard to say because, you know, coming back from my background, I was all brainwashed by that stuff as well. So it's just, you just gotta take it with a grain of salt and just try it out, and that's it. And that's what I've done, and I found that egg yolks especially are good. I don't like to eat the egg whites because even when I was back on the raw food diet, I did try eating the eggs raw because they're raw, right? So, and I wasn't all into the, you know, save the animals movement. I wasn't like a protester for the animals or anything. Not that I detest animals, I just was not so adamant about those things. I just really wanted to get myself to be healthy again. And that sounds like I'm selfish or something, but it's not. I'm actually a very nice and gentle person. I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't want to especially hurt animals either. So just to put that out there. And what I found when I took the eggs was when I had the egg white with the egg yolk, the egg white, it like, I don't know how to explain, but my throat was like swollen, and it's like I had no jawline, and it was just swollen, and I felt like so like blah, like blah, like I don't know, I can't explain. I couldn't really function. Like, I knew, like, I was so slow, like the digestion was slow, like everything got slowed down. It was like blah, like just like that. So I'm like, what is it? You know, what is it? I really want to be eating these eggs because I hear they're so excellent, and on the raw food diet I need something more. And it turned, and then I found on some information Okay, I can't quote this. I don't have the references because this was many years ago, but I still remember that the egg white had something in it that kind of that slowed down the functioning of the thyroid gland. That is exactly what I found. I don't know the reference of the research or anything like that, but when I read that, it clicked and I knew that's what it was. And immediately when I stopped taking that egg white and just had the egg yolk, I didn't have that feeling anymore. And I just believe that the egg yolk is very good because for me it really soothes my digestive system, and it feels good in my stomach, and it feels like it is healing from the ulcerative colitis. And if you just think about it, why do vegans try to imitate eggs with their tofu scrambles? Because that's what they're craving. And why do they try to imitate all these different kind of nut milks? Because they just want the real milk, like their bodies wanting the real milk or the real eggs, and their mind is saying no, you can't have it because we believe in this system and we believe it should be this way, so body, you better get in line and start using what I give you. And then if you just keep doing that and doing that, bashing the body like that, you're gonna end up with something like ulcerative colitis, which I do not want anyone to experience this kind of thing. It's just, there's a lot of people out there that have digestive problems and they don't know why. Like me, I didn't know why until finally one day or it was like 2 or 3 days, I broke down and I couldn't take it anymore, and I just like, I don't know what to do anymore. And then that's when actually I found this carnivore diet and healing your digestive system diet thing. So that is everything I wanted to say on egg yolks or raw eggs, eating raw eggs. So I will see you guys in my next video. Please comment down below or just give me a thumbs up if you actually agree. And I'll see you in my next video.